We all want something or someone to follow in life. We want to be led. We want an example, somebody who knows what they're doing, who has this ignition on their consciousness, that it's lit up and it's saying, yes, I found the truth. I know where I'm going. We all want something or someone to show us how to find out who we are. And this is no accident that we are kind of like little ducks, that get imprinted by mama duck. And as soon as we're born, we just kind of follow her around, whatever she's doing, however she's being. We just become like her. And so this is the way that we were brought up as babies. We were imprinted, tons of imprinting and conditioning. As we grew older and older, we learned language, we learned how to have emotions, how to express emotion, how to be who we are, how to express our character. And so there's tons of conditioning on you that formulate this little me you call myself, and this personality that's around that. And so part of what I want to speak about is just learning to accept that piece of you. It's not all of you. It's just a part of you that has all sorts of negative and positive conditioning. It's got all sorts of really negative beliefs and positive beliefs. It's got a lot of doubts, a lot of fears, and it's got a lot of positive ideas, inspirations to balance those out. And sometimes the negative may be a little bit more on the surface, in our face, and that's all we see. Or maybe the positive is all we see. Okay? So the mind goes like this sometimes. In fact, it goes like that all the time. The positive comes up in your face, and that's the filter. And that's all you see is your whole personality is just this image of positivity or this total experience of negativity. Who am I? I'm really sad right now. I'm really depressed. I'm really upset. This and this happened to me. They said that to me. And I am negative. I am sad. I am upset. Or the opposite. I'm totally elated. I'm totally excited. This happened to me. Okay? So it's the me that it's happening to. And this is what I want you to explore is, who is me? What is this me? What is underneath the me? Who's watching me? Who's listening to me? Who is identifying with me? Okay? So sit with this a little bit, or a lot, all day long if you can, because there's layers and layers and layers of conditioning around me. And we always have a choice in every moment if we are going to allow for more freedom, for more liberation, for more realization of the truth of who we are. That we're not just this little me, that we are the infinite experience of consciousness, of awareness, that's always aware and always watching, always present. This divinity that's radiating love. It's just presence. It's pure presence. So this is the soul, right? We have that choice to explore that, to allow for that, to say, yes, this is what I want to open up to right now, in this moment. And every moment is the potentiality, the possibility to open up to that infinite self, the big me. Or we can go down the path of suffering, of finding a smaller self, of a contracted, fear-based self. This little me that's a limited point of reference. It's just like a little seed that's in a shell and hasn't got the courage to sprout. It's just going to hide in the darkness and pull back. Or maybe it's angry because it can't really feel powerful. It can't really feel the sense of infinity that is underneath the surface. And so we always have both. We always have the infinite self and then the unenlightened or the smaller self that is contracted and limited. Okay? And so I'm not asking you to push towards one side or pull away from the other. I'm asking you to find the third side of that coin. Well, it's not about trying to get anywhere towards the positive or trying to get away from the negative. It's not trying to be in this infinite being, because you already are that. You cannot not be that. Right? So it's a relaxation into both. It's a resting into the totality of who you are. It's an acceptance of that some moments you're going to be allowing for something brilliant and bright, incredible and infinite to come through, and some moments you're going to go into your conditioning. It's a pendulum. It just keeps swinging through until we finally get it, that we're not the pendulum swing. We're not the extremes. We're not the movement. We're not even the pendulum itself that's moving or what it's pointing towards. You know, who we are is beyond all that. It's even beyond the witnesser. It's beyond the field of nothingness that expands for eternity out there. The infinite universe. So who we are is something we can't really describe with words. Words are just so limiting. The experience of who you are is really the most amazing thing of all. And when you get in touch with that experience of who you truly are, then your life is just magical. Every moment could be a dark, depressing moment or an incredibly fun and enlightening moment. They're both magical. The magic is found in everything. It's weaving into each experience. Because there's no preference. There's no ego that's saying, I'd rather be here than there, and this is a better place to be. It's the part of you that wakes up and realizes that the God source is everywhere. It's in everything, in everyone, in each moment. It's unavoidable. So I'm just going to surrender to it. It's that simple. So let your mind grind away at you. Let your mind soften on you. Let your mind do backflips. Let your mind rest. Let your mind do all that it's going to do in the next 24 hours. Right? Let yourself get identified with the mind. Watch, wow, this is what happens when I get over-identified. I start to suffer. I start to contract. I start to go into panic or fear, or maybe I get really, really excited, and then that drops away. So all sorts of things happen in this human body. And your goal is to experience it all. Welcome it all. You know, don't resist anything. I mean, if you're going to resist something, then yeah, go for it. Resist it. Feel what it's like to resist love, or resist fear, or resist hate. Like, really go fully into it. What's it like to really be that resistance, that wall? Merge with that wall that you have between you and that other person. Become the wall. Stop trying to control everything, or maybe just experience what it's like to control everything. You know, just try something different. Or you can keep trying the same thing, but be aware that you're doing the same thing. Bring awareness to what you're doing and who you are and who you're being. And you'll see that, wow, you start to become more and more aware. every day you get more and more aware. And slowly, 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 it starts creeping in that the awareness takes over the unawareness. And every moment you're just aware. Well, I'm aware that I'm in a contracted state. I'm aware that I'm in an exalted state. I'm aware that there's no state right now. And so this is freedom. This is where love blossoms, real love. This exuberant, unlimited, unconditional love for just being alive. This creativity, this joy, this wow for being alive. This comes out of this freedom. So get to know yourself. Get to know your contracted small self, your personality self, and get to know your unlimited spiritual nature. And find the weaving. Find what is in between them and beyond them. Challenge yourself to explore all the dimensions of who you are. Okay? So this is your homework. This is your invitation for the week, for the rest of your life. So have fun. Enjoy.